There's only two types of people in this life. Either you're wealthy or you're non-wealthy. Well, if you're non-wealthy side, the real question is, what are your principles to position yourself to be wealthy? Let's talk about it. So welcome back, Preneurs. As we get into this conversation of wealth, let's establish something. What is wealth? Wealth means I can control it, I can own it, and I can pass it down to my next generation. It's not the car, it's not the house, it's not the money in the bank, it's not all that, but can I control it? Can I own it and pass it down to my next generation? If you can do that, you can position yourself for wealth. But the real question is, as you are developing your wealth plan, what are your principles right now? If I ask you right now, hey, I want to be wealthy, can you give me 5 principles to be able to do that? Can you give me steps? Can you give me a blueprint? Do you have that? And if you do, I would love to hear that in the comments. If you don't, no worries, I'm gonna give you mine. And I've been blessed to be around around a lot of great mentors that have a lot of success, that create a lot of wealth, not for themselves, but for a lot of other people as well. So these principles have been derived and been developed from these individuals, and I'm gonna share with you here with today. So for me, the first one is never work for time, work for performance. Okay, so if you're working for someone right now and they're paying you on time, which means they're paying you through paycheck versus based on performance, that means that your time could be capped. Why? Because if you're exchanging time for money and you spend an hour, they say, you know what, I think that you are only worth this amount, X amount for this hour. Say it's 15 bucks, say it's 20 bucks. Dang, say it's $1,000 an hour. Whatever it may be, that means that someone else is always putting value on your hour. So don't ever get paid on time, get paid for your performance. How can you scale it? Why? Because you can do a lot more in an hour on a performance basis than maybe someone else can, right? You see that all the time in corporate America, all the time. Have you ever seen someone that is outworking their next coworker, okay? Outworking them, doing more than them, showing up earlier, scaling, doing a lot more again, but they get paid the same. Because they're getting paid for time, not based on performance. So always, if you're going into a commitment to be able to use your value, all right, make sure you're getting paid on the performance, because your value can increase and scale, but your time is a finite situation. That's the first one, all right? The second one is a very big one for me as well, all right? And the reason why it's a big one is because for me, I've always wanted to be in a position of traveling. Like, I always wanted to be in a position to be able to experience different things. Like I like to be able to go and travel, hop on an airplane and then go to hotels and experience different cultures, different foods and all that. So what is the benefits package that is offered? What is the incentives for you working, all right, for you putting your time into something? What are the moments and experiences that can be created? Because you want to be able to do that effectively. So you want to make sure that anytime you go into a commitment, say you're about to work with someone or collaborate with someone or merge with somebody, you want to make sure that your time is going into where there's a result of some type of incentive or benefit that can create some moments and experiences, or whatever that may be. That's another principle. Another principle for me has always been this. It's always been a position of having time with your family, right? You might say, well, Curtis, I don't have a family yet. Maybe you do, regardless of whatever it is. For me, I wanted to be able to have the opportunity to choose when I can be with the people I wanted to be with, wherever I wanted to be with them at. So when you're looking to commit your value to a company or collaborate or start your own, you want to be able to control your time, right? So the real question is, do you control it or does someone else control it for you, right? So if you want to go and hang out with your kids, can you do that? If you want to go to your child's recital, or you want to go take out your wife on a date, not at night, maybe you want to do a day date, can you do that? All right, so these are different things that you can control with your schedule. That's a principle, all right, that I've seen a lot of wealthy individuals have, where they say, you know what, I'm able to control my time. No one controls it for me, I control it, and that's cool. Another one that I've seen that's so big, okay, that I think a lot of people miss, okay, is the positioning of making sure that they are not working for just a paycheck, but they're working for equity. Now, what does that mean? Well, if I'm ever going to commit to a company, what is their stock portfolio? All right, do they offer any shares? Can I acquire any shares? All right, if I hit these different benchmarks of performance, can I own a piece of the company somehow, some way? Right? What is their dividends payout? Like, these are different things that you want to look into. Because why? Because if you go to a company, can you imagine if you work for a company for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and they just been paying you a paycheck, and then they offer you a retirement plan, maybe a deferred comp, maybe a 401k, maybe a 403b, IRA, and you've been putting money into these accounts, but you don't know exactly what the potential income is going to be in the future, because you can't control the market going up or down, or what the company's going to do with that money. But you know what you could control is having a piece of the pie of the profitability of that company, if they offer that incentive program. So anytime that I'm going to work or collaborate, my question is, what is your equity incentive? Is there some type of shares I could acquire? You know, pay me in shares versus just pay me in a check. I mean, so many people have done this. I mean, Kanye did it with Adidas. You have Beyonce that did it with Adidas as well. She says, pay me in equity. You have Steph Curry that did that with Under Armour. You have so many people that say, you know what? I don't want the check. All right. I want the share to the company, because I know that's where real wealth is created, because of my value. I know my value is going to increase the value of this company, and I want that scalability. I don't want the buyout. Don't buy me out. All right. That's a major one. And I really believe if you are now positioning yourself for wealth, okay, that you have your own principles as well that are set in place. So you're very, very keyed on what you need to do to go create that wealth and get that result for you as well. So for me running these four has positioned us to be able to get a very blessed life, I should say. What do I mean by that? I mean, I became a multimillionaire before I was 30 years old. I've been able to travel the world. I'm able to control my own schedule. I'm able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, when I want to do it with. And I have equity of many other companies as well. Why? Based on the value that we provide and contribute to those companies. So we get dividends from that. And if you do that effectively, you will always have a position of not just having money, okay, but you will have power. When I say power, I mean power of control of your life. Because either you're controlling your life or someone's controlling it for you. So this is going to end this video. Hopefully this can add some value to someone that's saying, you know what is my wealth play? Okay, I want to be able to get an upgrade coming into this year. I want to make sure that I am solidifying exactly what my next moves are, so it can be my next best move. So make sure that you're increasing 1% on a daily basis. Why? Because we've got to increase your profit, we got to increase your passions in life, and we got to increase your purpose to a whole different level, so you can live your best Preneur life. We'll see you guys in the next one.